The idea of reparations was floated about at the Commonwealth Summit in Samoa last Friday. Some leaders hoped that British monarch King Charles would take the opportunity during his speech to apologize for Britain's colonial past. However, he did not mention financial reparations, which several leaders had advocated for. Instead, he encouraged them to seek the right language and a better understanding of history. In response to the King's comments, the chair of the National Reparations Committee, Earl Bousquet, said that this reflects the continued blind policy of the United Kingdom and other European nations which build their wealth on the backs of enslaved people.
Reparations time has come. That's the feeling among the majority of the 56 members of the Commonwealth, and that is why they could have stood up and decided to just outvote the Prime Minister of Britain, of the country that is leading the Commonwealth where nothing is common and where the wealth is certainly not common. Those countries who were pillaged, robbed, and colonized for centuries are now saying, give us back our respect, give us back the jewels that were stolen from us, engage with us for discussions on reparations to appropriately repair and pay for the damage that you have done.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who also spoke at last Friday's summit, struck a similar tone in his speech, insisting that the meeting should avoid becoming mired in the past and endless discussions about reparations. The UK has never formally apologized for its role in the slave trade.
The British case is quite interesting for two reasons. One is the first time that a member of the royal family, both Queen Elizabeth and her son, King Charles, they both, within a year of her passing, before and after, express what I like to refer to as royal expressions of sorrow over slavery without saying that they apologize. Because there is a legal consequence to accepting responsibility and apologizing, which would mean if the king and queen apologize, the government has no choice but to pay.
Other European nations and some British institutions, however, have started to own up to their role in the trade, in which millions of African citizens were kidnapped and transported to plantations in the Caribbean and Americas over several centuries, enriching many individuals and companies.
What they heard in Samoa was small island states and developing nations in former British colonies across the Commonwealth saying, we have had enough. We need that discussion on reparations. We need to have the compensation that is due to us. But we also need to engage you in those other ways that you could contribute to reparations by helping us in education, culture, medicine, and the other areas of science and technology that you are ahead of as a result of having made slavery into what it was on our backs.
Studies estimate Britain would owe between hundreds of millions and trillions of dollars in compensation to descendants of slaves. For the DBS Newsworld, I am Zin Romulus.